Bad boy.
You've tuned in live to the flyest sports and entertainment podcast in all the land. This is statlinesmatter. I am your host, Mark E. Stewart, with my partner in crime, as always, Mr. Rob Hunter Jr. What's going on, bro?
Hello, everybody. How y'all doing?
So I noticed, because I talked to you yesterday, that the move continues.
Man,
I got to get the update. Give our people the quick update. You still trying to move. You still trying to get in the house. Yeah, it hasn't happened yet.
I was in a good mood. And that's why I'm glad to be here. See how your couch is where it's supposed to be and your seats. All my stuff is still shoved in the middle. But today we are getting the floor stained. The problem is we're supposed to be getting, I know y'all don't care about my stuff, but getting the carpet put in as well. But the carpet, due to COVID, is not in. So just the floors will be
And y'all
done.
are not staying at home right now.
We are at an Airbnb 2 miles away from our house. This has been like people say, unmitigated disaster. It's been an unmitigated cacophony, myriad.
There you go with those night school words, cacophony.
Which means just like a whole bunch of loud sounds. So that didn't even make sense, but.
I get it. Hey, I feel like you sometimes went, like, remember in Malcolm X, where they just start at aardvark, like aardvark, and like I just feel like you read the dictionary one day, or over a period of time as a show of discipline.
I like words. I think words are really cool.
You're a wordsmith.
I would not a smith, but I like them. Anyway, so I like words. I like air, and I like warm food. No, but it's been rough, man. Like, okay, so if y'all notice in the shows, I don't normally use a computer, but all my notebooks are at the house. We pulled into the Airbnb last night, so I was left to use the notes feature in my Mac.
Imagine that coming to the. Coming to 2022. Welcome.
I like writing.
It's great to have you. Great to have you in 2022.
It's rough, man. It's rough, man.
I know you want to bring your trapper keeper
and my Rolodex.
Yeah, your old school like. This weekend was an interesting weekend in that it was very little sports. Not a lot going on.
None. Well, no NBA.
There was no NBA. Both my baseball teams are tanking, so like I don't have nothing there. F1, which I've recently gotten into because of my daughter, and but not a lot. So I was chilling.
Yeah, well, I don't even know what I did this weekend. My son went to go play basketball out of town. I didn't go. That was by design. Because I could have, but I decided late in the 11th hour to pull out to let him bond with the guys. I didn't do much at all that I can remember. But I did. Did you watch Peaky Blinders?
Nah, I don't know what that is.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it's a Netflix show. If y'all ain't never seen Peaky Blinders, check Peaky Blinders out.
What I did watch on Netflix is shout out to my client MKXYZ. All the way out. I manage her just to full disclosure. But she debuted as a co-star in a Netflix show this weekend that's trending called First Kill. That is a teenage vampire show. So she made her acting debut. Shout out to her. She did great. And shout out to all the cast and crew of First Kill. Congratulations on the drop. And it was great. Tell me about Sneaky Blinders.
Well, no. Peaky Blinders. It's.
But I just had to get that in there. Peaky Blinders.
The reported last season just got released last Friday.
Oh, so this has been going.
Yeah. For 6 years.
It's not.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you get a chance, it's basically about the gypsies. So
how do you find time to watch as much sports as we watch, and then still follow? Because I struggle.
Because Netflix does a great job of just giving you all at once. So my wife and I, we binged it yesterday.
Okay.
So we watched the whole season, which it was only 6 episodes.
Okay. That's what we did for First Kill. I watched all of them.
Yeah. And then they had a year off due to COVID. So it's a very so when I binge something, I'll watch 4 episodes. And then I'll leave it alone for 3 weeks and then pick back up and then binge some more. So, I got the opportunity to check it out because my son was out of town. Normally I'm ripping and running. But if you get a chance, it's basically about, I'm sure some of y'all know, it's about basically the gypsies of Birmingham. It's what's the heavyweight champ?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury's his people. Not in real life, but
Yeah.
that's basically their brand of. Anyway, point is, so they came from nothing, built something, and it's cool because they're also like they have certain scenes in there where they show their views on race, and they're very, very, very not with the shits on that, and they make it known they're an inclusive crew.
Okay.
So of course,
but you a gypsy. I mean,
yeah. So it's
technically you fit in nowhere.
Correct. But they rose to like prominence, and so they be like people be trying to.
I saw the Gypsy Kings. I don't know if those guys are the same, but I was just at the Gypsy Kings at Chastain like 2 weeks ago. I don't know if
I called you. That's where you was at. That's where you was at. He's like, I'm at Chastain right now. Toast everybody. Let me call you back.
I'm not drinking right now. So
you was toasting. You had water. You had water.
I had water. No, that's interesting. But so we're at that time of year where if there are shows to catch up on.
Did you watch Hustle with Adam Sandler?
No.
You didn't get a chance to see that? Yeah.
Because that's the one that LeBron is involved in. Mm-hmm. See, I be prioritizing that real low. I watched the Magic Johnson one on
Amazon.
No, that was on HBO
Apple?
Max.
Oh, okay.
No, he had a documentary on Apple.
You have all of them.
But I'm in the entertainment business, so I have so I can see everything.
I'm sitting up here trying to decide which one should I get.
I feel like I have to though.
So you got Hulu,
yes,
Amazon,
yes,
Apple,
yes,
Sling.
I don't have Sling.
How many more is it?
I have
Netflix.
I have Netflix. I have Peacock. I have Paramount. You got Did you say Disney?
Disney.
I got that.
So are we missing?
I have more. It's actually. I have it. I have.
And you have DirecTV.
Yes.
Ding.
And YouTube TV. I don't know why we're doing this, but I do. I mean, I have to watch because things come on.
Man,
that I need to follow. Like I represent an actress, so I gotta be.
Don't act. You had that before.
I did. Did you see Game 4?
I did. Yeah, I saw it. Yeah. Actually, that's the most that I saw. No, I don't want to say the most. I watched a lot of Game 1, and Game 3 is the one I was.
Yeah.
But so thoughts were Steph Curry just
Chef.
Man, I mean, he reached into the light skin power like his ancestors of the 80s. Because, we was undefeated in the 80s. Light-skinned people. We went undefeated. We didn't take no L's in the 80s. And he went back in the 80s and got that power. Wow. I mean, you think about, because Robert Williams played, right, he played, I believe, 31 minutes. So he did his part. But, Steph was 7 for 14 from 3.
Yeah.
16 for, I believe, 24 from the field. So 14 for 26. So, I mean, when you have a guy, and particularly when he made the shots, the fourth quarter, was in Boston's defense, he was well defended, even fouled on a couple of those, which they didn't call. I mean, he just decided to just become what a lot of, in which you like to, you always like to lament and highlight. It's a lot of times when you do it. When are you turning it on?
Yes.
Can you turn it on? Can you do that? And everybody knows you're going to shoot the ball. When everybody knows that the play is going to be run for you, can you rise to the occasion?
Well, it becomes those things that when you're looking for little things to separate between
the greats,
yeah,
because everybody goes, everybody's great. LeBron's great, Mike's great, Magic's great. Okay, so what are the other things?
Now how we slice and dice?
And he definitely had if they win this series, point to Game 4 as but I thought they were in good shape the whole time because they were down by 5, 7. I don't think it got to double digits.
Well, they had to kind of claw to get. I don't want to say get back in it, but they were playing behind, and then they kind of.
But they were always close, and I thought, I was like, Boston, they're playing with fire. I mean, because obviously Clay and Steph.
Yeah.
And Clay actually hit a really clutch shot at the top of the key, which he only.
What about 4 minutes and 26 seconds ago?
He only had the ball in his hand like 0.3 seconds.
And he let it go.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
So the story for me was, and Draymond actually, he's not a big point guy, but I believe 9 rebounds, 8 assists.
I still need him to score more.
Well, but if you get him doing that other stuff, the 9 rebounds and the 8 assists,
it impacts for sure.
And those numbers were down in the series.
It was like 2, 3, and 2 the previous game.
Yeah. So and then Steph had 10 rebounds.
Yeah.
43 points, 10 boards,
6 assists.
So I believe it's his third, only his third double-digit rebound game of the year, and what a time to have it.
Yeah, I mean,
they out-rebounded him 52 to, I believe, 40 or 50. They out-rebounded him by plus 13.
Golden State did?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. One of the things that I think is interesting that we missed is I believe they've changed the format back to 2-2-1-1-1 out of the 2-3-2, because I think we talked about it a little bit on the show about the travel. And back in the day, they used to do that so they wouldn't have to move back. But I guess in this era of private jets and chartered flights, they're able to do it. But now you see, as a result, more space between the games, because that last game was Friday. Was it Friday? No,
Friday.
Thursday. Was it Friday? Or
yeah,
Thursday?
It was Friday, and then this game is obviously tonight.
Yeah, and normally they would go. Normally they would go on that Sunday,
which would have I thought would have been better, but whatever.
Yeah, but with them traveling back all the way back to San Francisco, I'm cool with it. I think we get a better performance from the athletes.
Well, okay, so but what about if they just would have stayed and played on?
I would have been cool. Yeah, no, if they would have stayed in Boston, then I definitely want the game on Sunday.
Yeah,
for sure. Like, I just acknowledge the day, the travel day, and then the normal prep on that. As they get, so as of our taping, they're going to play tonight, Game 5. Any thoughts? Like, when this comes out, it would already happen. But any thoughts about what you think will happen?
I think Golden State's going to win Game 5.
Interesting.
Because I thought that I had the feeling that this is the game that Boston got to have. You want to go up 3-1. Particularly with going back to Golden State, because you're going to get Game 6 at home.
Yeah.
And with Golden State taking this one and then having that momentum going back to Game 5, I think that with that veteran team, this is the game that veteran teams always seem to win. If they go down 3-2 with Boston going back, then the momentum swings very hard back into obviously Boston's favor. You got a veteran team once again in Golden State, and that experience, just can't be undersold.
Yeah, no, I thought that this whole series would come down to, and we talk about this all the time in the NBA, the ascension for young teams and what getting here means, and then can you graduate? And this is this unit's first time here. It'll be interesting to see if they can get over. I think they're in it. And I said before, look, Boston's going to give them all they want. That's proven true. I still think Golden State in 7, but I actually going to be on a kind of some weirdo shit and go, Boston wins tonight, Golden State wins in Boston, and then they play Game 7 in Golden State.
That would be...
I think they're going to win on each other's floor.
That would be the NBA's dream.
Yeah, I think they're going to win on each other's floor.
Because the excitement would be just crazy.
And it's literally shaping up to be a good series.
To lose, basically to lose on your home floor, both teams in back-to-back. Actually, it would be back-to-back-to-back.
Yeah, because it's already happened.
I'm saying this game here.
Yeah.
That they lost Game 4. So it would be back-to-back-to-back-to-back.
Because has anybody won 2 games in a row?
No. With Golden State having to actually defend home court in Game 7 for the first time in 4 games.
Yeah. I just think it's going boom, 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 because Golden State won Game 1, right?
Okay.
No. Boston won Game 1.
Yeah.
Golden State won Game 2. Boston won Game 3.
Mm-hmm.
Golden State won Game 4.
So Boston won. No, yeah, that's right. Yes.
So it's 2-2, but they're alternating, and they both won on each other's floor.
Okay, so I think that Golden State definitely wins because Robert Williams played 31 minutes in Game 4. Then you have to travel.
He's had 3 days off.
He had 3, but one of them was a travel day with that leg in the air.
Yeah.
So I think that
I think we get fresher. I think we get fresher Robert Williams.
See, and I think we get less minutes. So let's see. I think we get about 15.
Oh no, he had the point where if that leg done fell off, he got to play.
Well, that's why I'm thinking like he's got to be.
He's gonna feel better having the 3 days off.
Well, okay.
Instead of the game 1 day off. and then the game.
That's true, but I think that elevation don't help with the information.
Absolutely not.
So with him,
shoot, when I fly, my joints be hurting.
So, but you got to think, man. I'm out here like my knee is wrapped in electrical tape. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm out here.
Yeah.
And you have to defend. I'm doing my part.
Yeah,
I'm out here.
He's playing like he's looking like one of the most dominant bigs.
It's amazing to watch him.
I really enjoy watching
the
him play.
diving, and it's not the rebounds, it's the tips. Like, he tipped it. He's
so
on the ground.
active.
Almost,
He's active, but he's coordinated. Like he's not like he's like just athletic for athletics sake. He's under control, but he is a force.
Dreads bouncing.
Yeah, I don't even know what college. I don't know anything about where does guy go to college. Like,
he went to Texas A&M, I believe.
How many years has he been in the league?
He's been in the league 3 years.
He's a fine player.
He's the one that overslept the draft call.
That's
the Time Lord. Yeah, the Time Lord. Yeah.
Really?
Late to meetings.
Oh well, let him be late. Let him sleep in.
Yeah, whatever time
is get that knee right. Let him go ahead and sleep in because he's doing. I didn't realize
don't call him. Don't call that boy.
Yeah,
he'll be here.
That boy sleep. He gonna do what he gonna do.
Coach, put the phone down.
Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't realize that was the same dude. So yeah, I like Boston tonight.
All right. Well, what time does the game come on?
I don't even know.
I'm excited to see it.
I would say 9 o'clock, so it'd be 6 on the east.
Okay.
I mean, on the west.
And which is ridiculous because unless both teams are from the west, like on that side, it need to be all game start time need to revolve around the East Coast time. New York all the way down to Atlanta through Miami. Because we the markets, okay? All right, so
this is market called Los Angeles, like the second biggest one.
Yeah, whatever with that.
Yeah.
Like they don't even watch basketball like that.
Yeah,
so
okay.
it need to be okay. 8 o'clock East Coast time, perfect time. 5 o'clock out there, y'all. Well, I guess that's only an hour.
They should really.
That's only an hour.
I think they should start it even later. Like I think they should start at 9:30.
Absolutely not.
They should start at 9:30.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Because if you was on the West Coast, which I've lived for many, many years,
that's 6:30.
Like those 6 o'clock starts are not, and those 5:30 starts are not the business.
Whatever. I mean,
what do you mean whatever?
Look, no man, whatever with that. All the games.
No.
It could be the Kings versus the Trailblazers. It need to be 8 o'clock East Coast time.
You say that because you don't live on the West Coast.
Totally.
It's so weird.
Totally.
So weird. Speaking of West Coast and West Coast teams, West Coast presence and all of that, West Coast LeBron.
Yeah.
West Coast LeBron now, because he's a West Coast guy. When you look at his social media, he's out shooting baskets with the Maybach and in the yard with the boys. That was kind of dope.
It don't look like accurate. It looked like his orbit is the nice one to be in.
No, his environment is fire.
Yeah, and his kid is doing very well.
Bryce
Drive Nation, which is AAU team.
Yeah,
Bronny.
Yeah, but Bryce is the one. Like I don't know if you realize Bryce is like taller than Bronny now.
Nah.
Bryce is like 8th grade.
What Bryce doing?
Balling.
Really?
Like they say he's the real prospect.
Okay. All right.
Like,
I had
not to say that Bronny isn't, but Bronny hasn't shown up to this point. Like, and obviously it's early. You can't make this. You don't know how guys.
This is his senior year.
It's his senior year of high school. So, but in terms of trajectory, like this kid's already taller. I think he's like 6'2" in the 8th grade.
Okay.
He's windmilling already in the 8th grade. Like
wow.
the guy's got gifts.
Genes. And you got access to all of LeBron's chefs and nutrition.
Yes.
And workout
Hyperbaric chambers.
Hyperbarics. They got their own hyperbaric.
Oh yeah. Get in this cold tube. Now get in this hot tube.
Yeah, get in yours.
Yeah, you get in your own. Yeah,
I'm gonna get in mine. We're gonna get in at the same time.
Yeah, let's all go to Germany and get our blood spun. You know what I mean?
No, the doctors coming here to spin.
And they're gonna spin our blood. Like they have every advantage.
Hey, it's time to get hurry, get out of the shower. We got to get our blood spent, spent, whatever.
Nah, they're getting it in. But one of the things
is it spent or spun if they come in to spin it?
Spunt. One of the things that has sort of I don't know. These things are always sometimes a little bit more public relations or whatever, but because you never really know anybody's financial status, what they got liquid, whatever. But LeBron's like gone into the Millionaires Club.
The billionaire.
Excuse me. He's been a millionaire. He's been a millionaire since he was like 3. Billionaires Club, which is just flat out amazing. that he's that as an active player. He's still in the league, playing at a high level.
Averaging 30 a game.
Yeah, playing at a very high level.
Which got to be bad for your self-confidence if you're going up against him. Like, think about LeBron James and the fact that he like everything that you want to be, you aspire to be, he's better than. And he's a bit. So if you get dunked on by LeBron, it's like ultimately the most emasculating, demoralizing thing as another athlete. Like, cause you don't got more bread, and he's better than you'll ever be.
I don't know if that's emasculating. Like, that's such a strong word. Like nah, because we all here.
Yeah, we're all here, but you're there, and I'm here. You're not here. I'm here.
Yeah,
you're there.
But look at it like this, because it's not like he dunking on you at the LA Fitness. If he dunking on you in the midst of an NBA game, we're all here.
Yeah, but I'm still here.
No. He's clearly still here.
Yeah.
And but they knew that before the game started. Like, they knew who they was
but
playing
then you
against.
get dunked on by
that's not emasculating.
the billionaire. Like, you get dunked on by a billionaire.
No,
like,
that's
the word.
That's not emasculating.
Like, you got $1 billion too. Like, at least somebody thinking about, at least I got more money than you. I was gonna say so many curse words.
See, I see that the totally different way. If you out
like,
there,
if you get dunked on, you'd be like, all right, but hey, I'm paid and you're not, so whatever.
Nah,
you don't have
like,
that. He's got the dunk on and he got the check.
Well, of course, he has the NBA check on the court. He has the off the court. He has the savvy investments. He has all the things that athletes want to do and what you aspire to. I don't know if that's emasculating it to the guy who doesn't have it, the guy who only has $200 million.
He made, let's say, $121 million last year.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of math.
Yeah.
So he like making $3.84 a second.
Yeah.
Like, so you looking at me, that's like $12 since I said that.
Yeah. I think, and yeah, it's true. No, I think it's super dope that we have more and more of these type of stories as we go on, because I think, and if we're being honest, I think there's certain segments of the population, particularly with basketball, that sort of revel in the, I'm not calling him out, my fellow Chicago guy, like an Antoine Walker, who makes $100 million or $90 million, I don't know how much he made, and then, tricks it off and it's like, I'm not saying dude's back in the hood, but there's people who like to wallow in those stories, like, oh, they make all this money, then they blow it. I think we're seeing that less and less, and we're seeing guys who are being savvy investors that are getting opportunities, get in early on companies. You see it with KD. KD's building an incredible portfolio outside of the game. LeBron is probably, it's hard to say, it's hard to put anybody with Mike in terms of leveraging their brand, but like LeBron is right there and has it while still earning a supermax, or I don't know if he's in he deserves a supermax everywhere he goes all the time, and whether or not he takes it to allow his GMing, like as the GM, he has to maybe take a little less to get the guys he wants, but he deserves a supermax wherever he plays, and then he's getting the supermax outside of the game, and he's getting the supermax in the world of entertainment. He's producing, we talked about this a little bit earlier, producing on Netflix and doing all type of stuff. So shout out to him. One of the things that I think was dope that he talked about is he wants to own the Vegas franchise in the NBA, because the rumor is, I don't know if you heard this, but the rumor is the NBA is about to expand 2 more teams, Seattle and Las Vegas.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the rumor. It hasn't been announced yet, but that's the buzz.
Looking at what he's been able to accomplish, all the way from, turning down the $15 million deal from McDonald's to investing in Blaze Pizza, which was $1 million, now valued at $35 million, which, he's got, Spring Hill has been valued at $725 million. So when you look at some of the things that he's been able to do, you go, I mean, that's the guy that can get it done. And what I mean by that is I can totally see him becoming the second majority black owner in the NBA.
Yeah.
And as I was thinking about this, you look at what he's been able to do, earn almost $400 million in salary in the NBA. So obviously the majority of his earnings, as all of the 3 billionaire athletes that we know about, have come from outside the field or outside the court. But he's standing on the shoulders of Michael Jordan. And you looked at, and nothing else to me exemplified that more than, you look at the money Michael made in the NBA, which was only $90 million.
Yeah.
And look what
and
he's
most
been
of
able
that
to do.
came in the last 60 of that came
Correct.
in the last 2
years.
seasons.
Yeah. So you look at that and you go, wow. You know, you look at Mike, and it just makes you respect Michael that much more, because obviously we know what he meant to not only the NBA but just sports in general. And to watch what LeBron's been able to do, you know, because you have Michael and the other MJ, Michael Jackson, you now have a template for guys like, you know, Kobe, what he was doing and what LeBron's been able to do.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that there was a Kobe and there's a LeBron and a Steph, guys who can go, okay, don't just let it die with me. You know,
right.
Let's and then you look at LeBron coming up in a single family household, you know, moved 12 times within 2 years, lived with his Pop Warner football coach for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is like, you want odds to make it, you know, beyond microscopic.
Right.
And just exceptional.
Well, what you see is the manifestation of the talent, because there's, you know, there's not a person who's been around sports, played high school sports, or even like been to your school where there was a guy that could ball, he was dope, and the streets got him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like every inner city school, whether you from Chicago, whether you Atlanta, where you from, there's always a guy that, man, if you'd have made it, man, boy, I'm telling you, like we all have that guy in our lives, or at least that guy that we're aware of. And I love the fact that story is becoming less and less. And the money that these guys are getting in the NBA is, I'm not saying it's unmess-upable.
Yeah.
But for these max players, and even like, you know, I be seeing Otto Porter, sidebar, Otto Porter stole so much money from the Bulls, getting 23, 24 million. Then he'd be out here in the finals, and I'd be so upset. I'm so upset with Otto Porter. Otto, why? Why you steal from us? Just, can you give some of the money back? Because Otto came to Chicago, and all he did was just kick it.
I think he was hurt.
He wasn't hurt. He was kicking it. We had a bad culture. He played for a bad culture, and he knew that when he signed with us, and he took that money, and then now he's hitting open shots and diving on loose balls. Anyways.
He saved it for the right culture.
But when we get to the point where the Otto Porters of the world are going to leave the game, like really middling NBA players are going to leave the game with $150 million in earned salary. And that has nothing to do with how savvy of an investor you can be with $150 million. Like, a lot of these guys have a chance to turn into billionaires without profiling it, without leveraging their profile.
Yeah.
Just as I made $150 million, I invested $50 million, and we turned that into this much.
Because if you look at LeBron's investments in Lyft, you look at his investments in, obviously, we talked about Blaze. I mean, these investments relative to their contracts are very low. I mean, his investment into Blaze was less than $1 million.
Yeah, and he might get that. Like, these guys can get that. Like dudes can do like 2 parties. Like I'm dead ass. Like they could literally like lend their name to like promoters for like, all right, we're gonna do 5 parties.
Yeah,
and get $1 million.
Yeah. And that's so the point that you're making is that the Otto Porters of the world.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys with their hundreds, these are investments that you all can make, given the boon that you receive from playing in the NBA, particularly now. And obviously, we know that the salaries, you know, the TV contracts is what has changed everything. But yes,
I think this is great. The other sort of news on the billionaire front was it hasn't been official yet, but it looks like one of the Walton heirs, I want to say Rob Walton, I think the grandson of Sam who started it. I could be wrong. If I got the names wrong, y'all let me know.
Bill Walton
of the Walmart family has gotten the bid in for the Denver Broncos. And I think it's like $4.5 billion or somewhere around $5 billion they're going to pay for the team. This guy's loaded. Like, we thought Kroenke had money, and Kroenke does have money, who's also, I think, married into that family. Mm-hmm. But this guy's got $58 billion.
With a big
with
fat
a B.
B. Yeah.
Like, you know, people talk about the wage gap. Like, $58 billion is like some whole other kind of money. And it's like, they sell people regular goods. They don't even make anything. Like, can you imagine making $58 billion and had to create nothing?
No.
Because I come from a business where there's guys who can get rich, but they got to create something amazing to get it. Like, they just got a store that sells things that other people have.
Yeah.
And now they're going to sell us football.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's well, the thing that I'm most happy about with inside of that purchase is Miss Melody Hobson.
Melody Hobson, yes.
Which will be, I believe, the first female black minority owner.
Yeah.
So
she's in the group. And for those who don't know who Melody Hobson is, Melody Hobson is currently the chairman of Starbucks. And
that's why it's so good.
Yeah, she sits on a lot of boards of a lot of major companies. She's accomplished a lot. Look her up, Google her, because she's pretty amazing, keeps a pretty low profile. And she just so happens to be George Lucas's wife, which I think is probably the most insignificant thing that she probably does in real life. And she's from Chicago. So shout out to her.
She's from the Chi.
She's from the Chi. You see how we do it?
That's how we do it.
Other than that unfortunate R. Kelly, like we're pretty
crucial conflict.
Yeah. Why you always do that shit?
What?
Why do you always, whenever we say Chicago, when I think about, like, Quincy Jones is from Chicago, why you always talk about crucial conflict? I hate that shit. No disrespect to crucial conflict, but it's like, I come from a city of greatness. And you be like, yeah, crucial conflict.
Hay in the middle of the barn.
That record was hot, too. That record was bananas.
I don't know, it was bananas.
It was bananas.
Hay in the middle of the barn. Yes or no on hay in the middle of the barn?
Yes. We're not going wide with that. Yes. That record had amazing energy. I would have loved to see if they could have kind of kept it going.
Oh, my gosh. What about, how do you feel the same about Do or Die, Pope Pimp? Do you want to ride in the backseat of a caddy, chop it up with Do or Die?
When I talk about Chicago, I like to focus on Quincy Jones, Kanye
Quincy
West.
Jones left Chicago when he was like 13.
Where's he from?
Okay,
where's he from?
He's from Chicago, from the mean streets of Chicago.
I mean, I don't know if they mean or not. He's just talented. He gifted. Shaka Khan, Kanye, Tricky Stewart, my brother.
That's right.
Like, come on, man. Like, Chicago is bananas, and so many others. Like, just amazing.
But I asked you
the Cusacks
specifically about Do or Die. How do you feel about it?
I don't feel anything.
They from the Chi.
I love their contributions to the industry, but they're not the basis in which the city stands on creatively and artistically.
Okay. All
like,
right.
That's messed up.
Twister. But Do or Die.
I'm not saying I'm saying you're on the bullshit. I'm gonna close out because you're on your bullshit right now. Okay. No, but shout out to Melody Hobson for
I want that Melody Hobson rock with Do or Die, Pope Pimp.
I
bet she got it.
$1,000. She has no idea.
I bet she got it in her playlist.
Cause what's she my age? She's 53.
Yeah, so I mean that came out in like what? That came out in 96. She was.
She might. Like, she might know. She might know. She might be bumping that a little bit. You might be right. When I check the age, I check her birthday, she might have a little in there.
A little something.
But no, shout out to them. And I think they're gonna follow that Rams approach where it's basically circumventing the salary. I don't know how the Rams sign the guys because they owners' pockets are so deep. They'll mortgage the future to win now. I think Denver's gonna do that while Russ is in his window.
Well, that's my new team. The Broncos.
They're a team to watch. I mean, I can't say that. I'm always supporting Russ, but
that's it.
They're
you got
team,
black quarterback, black owner. There you go. I'm leaving off the Walton. Melody Hobson owns the Denver Broncos.
Well, Rob Walton, but she's part of the group.
I don't know who that is.
So I just told you.
I know, but I
said your name, didn't I? Anyways, so that's a good place for us to cut. Like always, we definitely ask for you to check in with us in a real way. YouTube, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the notifications, comment, get in the discussions. Rob be saying wild stuff, and if you don't like
it's not that wild.
If you don't like what he said about Pope Pimp or any of that stuff, get in the comments and let us know. Like,
I like Pope Pimp.
No, I actually know you do.
Oh, okay.
But you be throwing, that's like trying to make it seem like that's what Chicago is not.
I know. They just skip over it. Stop skipping over Pope Pimp.
You be saying it first.
Stop skipping over Pope Pimp.
Like if we're doing a draft and I say Quincy Jones and you say Pope Pimp. No. No.
It's do or die. Pope Pimp's the song.
Sorry. Sorry about that. Hit the like, subscribe, comment, follow us on all of our social media.
Sorry, Poor Pimp.
At statlinesmatter. Sorry, Poor Pimp. statlinesmatter on all of our platforms: Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Like always, I'm Mark Stewart. This is my hilarious partner in crime, Rob Hunter, and we are Statlines Matter.
Peace.
Bad boy. I ain't come for games. Say it to my face. Say it to my face. I ain't come for games. Say it to my face. Say it to my face.